Hi, and good day to all our viewers. I am so excited to discuss with you our topic for today, which is very vital in our daily transactions. Our topic is all about interpersonal communication. This is Dr. Vinajin B. Maghinay, your Human Resource Management Officer. Let's begin. At the end of our discussion, we will be able to define interpersonal communication and its significance in the workplace. First and foremost, let us define what is interpersonal communication. Interpersonal communication involves the information, ideas, and feelings being exchanged verbally or non-verbally between two or more people. However, when we say effective interpersonal communication, it goes beyond just speaking. It involves active listening, body language, and emotional awareness. It's how people connect, form relationships, and navigate social situations by sending and receiving messages, understanding each other's motivations, and expressing personal thoughts and feelings both in person and online. This form of communication can be formal or informal and includes interactions with family, friends, co-workers, and even strangers. What are the key characteristics of interpersonal communication? First, it involves multiple people, which may be composed by two or more individuals. It is the exact opposite of intrapersonal communication, where no other person is involved but only yourself. Second, exchange of information. It involves an exchange of information where messages, ideas, and feelings are shared. Third, it uses both spoken words and nonverbal cues like body language, tone of voice, and facial expressions. Fourth, it's a dynamic process that creates and maintains relationships. Thus, it is interactive and relational. Fifth, people communicate because they are intelligent beings with goals and expectations. Every information exchanged has a purpose. Sixth, it's constant and inescapable. We as human beings are always communicating, even by silence. And seventh, it is a personal choice. Individuals have their own way and preference in how they wish to communicate. Now let's go to our examples. For your everyday transactions or your everyday interactions, chatting with a spouse, having coffee with a friend, or talking to your doctor. In the professional setting, it's when you collaborate with a coworker on a project or emailing a babysitter. In terms of digital communication, it is when you text a family member or participate in online conversations. Now let us proceed to the types of interpersonal communication. First is the verbal interpersonal communication. In other words, speaking. This term covers the words you use, how persuasively you speak, the language you use, which words you emphasize, and even the use of affirmative sounds and short phrases like yup or uh-huh. With verbal interpersonal communication, your tone and clarity matters. The choice of words, the tone of voice, and the clarity of the language all contribute to the effectiveness of the message. As they say, stop being rude in the name of being straightforward. Being mannerless doesn't make you look cool. You can convey the exact same thing using the right words and the right tone, which is exactly true. Next is the nonverbal interpersonal communication. This type covers body language, facial expressions, and gestures. Again, it's essential that the listener picks up and correctly interprets nonverbal cues. Mannerisms, conveying emotions, feelings, and information without words, using cues like facial expressions, eye contact, gestures, body language, and posture. These silent signals play a crucial role in daily interactions. The picture shows a woman rolling her eyes like a sarcastic expression of being annoyed, dramatic, or she could also be under a serious medical condition. It all depends on how each person interprets it. The third one is the written interpersonal communication, which is the exchange of messages and ideas between two or more people using written words, symbols, or images, such as through emails, texts, letters, or even emojis. It requires clarity, conciseness, and an awareness of the audience and tone. Since it lacks the immediate nonverbal cues of in person communication, this type is more prone to misinterpretation because the reader is given his free will to read it according to the tone he wishes. Effective written interpersonal communication is crucial in professional settings for documentation, requests, and providing formal communication. Let us take, for example, these two sentences, making a whole difference through the power of a comma. The first sentence, "Let's eat, Grandma," means inviting Grandma to eat, while the second sentence is like an invitation to eat Grandma, all because of the presence and absence of a comma. Another example is this: "Hi, babe, I am really having a great time. I wish you were here." Versus, "Hi, babe, I am really having a great time. I wish you were her." And boom, a relationship will be all over now just because of a missing letter. See how critical it is? The most important skill in interpersonal communication is active listening. Listening also includes special techniques like reflection and clarification, and the best listeners are people who can focus their attention on the speaker. Active listening is more than just hearing words. It's a focused and mindful process of understanding the speaker's message, including its underlying meaning and intent. It's an essential part of interpersonal communication, which is the interactive process between two or more people exchanging messages. Now let's move on to the significance of interpersonal communication in the workplace. Interpersonal communication is critical in the workplace because it builds strong relationships, improves productivity, and creates a positive, supportive work culture. Effective communication is the foundation for almost all business functions, including teamwork, leadership, problem solving, and conflict resolution. It improves teamwork and collaboration, which encourages cooperation, boosts morale, and reduces misunderstandings. It strengthens leadership and management, which results to creating effective leaders, providing constructive feedback, and driving employee development. It also enhances problem solving and conflict resolution as it facilitates effective solutions and resolves disputes by managing it calmly and constructively before it escalates. It also benefits customer and client relationships since it improves customer satisfaction and builds trust and loyalty. And finally, it fosters a positive company culture since it increases employee engagement and boosts productivity. And there you have it. That ends our topic on interpersonal communication, and let me leave you with the words from Peter Drucker. The most important thing in communication is to hear what isn't being said. Thank you and have a great day ahead.